this is Kuro. Got a quick video I'm going to do on mods that I'm running on my account. Had some questions about demounting signals and the button for demount all. There is an option within Aslain's mod pack. So since I've got to go ahead and update my mods anyway, figured I would do a quick video just to update you guys on what I'm running. And here we go. This is the website you go to update it. There's the download links. When you open it up, you'll get a little window to select what language you want. Obviously, I'm selecting English. If you're not familiar with Aslain's mod pack, select this box for Show Preview Window. And what that does is just go through these. You can read them if you want. Make sure you're looking at the right instance for the game. I've got several different World Warships clients on the game. This is my primary. So this is the preview that you get when you go through and you're selecting things. So for example, that gives you an idea what this mod does. They do have a description down here, kind of explaining things. But I find that the preview is helpful if you're not sure what a mod does. This can give you an idea of what you're doing to your account, so you don't spend a lot of time running the mod pack over and over again trying to fix or remove something that you added. So right off the bat, first thing I run is you see it up at the top, the ship names with HP. I don't want it to take up a bunch of room on my screen, so I don't run the side panels. So all I have is the ship names with the HP bars right across the top of the screen. This is a mod that I consider part of basically my situational awareness. That if I see a ship that's within view of my ship, it will be updating its HP levels. Tell me what the ship name is, and then I can plug that into my memory. This ship has, for example, a Des Moines has a 10-kilometer radar, blah, blah, blah. Its concealments, yada, yada, yada. I don't need a bunch of extra stuff on the screen to remind me of that because I already know. Going over the Crosshair, still running nomogram, just the regular all white. I am liking how this scales. I zoom in or zoom out a lot, and being able to consistently change your scale accurately at all distances is something that is valuable to me. I do wish that the vanilla dynamic crosshair was actually replaced by this. This is 100% a keeper in my book. It actually helps me more when I play ships that I like, cruisers and battleships that I'm not intimately familiar with their flight times on their shells. For example, if I play my Montana, this is something that really helps me calculate leads and that kind of thing. Another mod I run, the binocular viewer. When you zoom in, I always like to have full field of view. So I don't know if you notice it, but when I zoom in, there's not the wasted space on my screen like this. The reason why I think that's important, if I'm in a high DPM ship and I'm shooting, I can miss things like planes or something approaching from these angles. So I like to open things up and be able to... Oi! You're alright. No screaming at your tablet. She's experiencing technical difficulties. Anyway, Do I need to take your tablet away? Now, let's see. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a dead video. Make sure that I didn't miss one. Okay, no I didn't. Scrolling all the way through here, I mean, all of this stuff, you can spend an hour in here looking at all of this different stuff. Um, for some people, you're gonna find um, assistant helps, where it goes over, um, torpedo ranges, um, the speed of the ship, uh, things like that. Honestly, I don't get much utility in it, and it clogs up the screen, so I don't run anything like that. Um, you have ship movement indicators. Some people run these things that tell you, what a ship is doing. Um, I'm actually not a fan of this. I think that this is too much information being given to a player. For example, if I don't have a direct line of sight to a player, like I'm trying to shoot at this Moskva over this island, I can tell which way he's going just by this icon. There's no skill involved with me trying to, press him and try to look over the island, judge his speed, judge his angle, and be able to lead the shots. I can. Yes, hi, buddy. That's number two. Um, so I don't like these. I'm not gonna knock somebody if they run them. I know there's a lot of guys that run them in competitive, just because they're trying to get every advantage. I don't. Uh, is what it is. Run them if you want. But going over some of these things, they've got all sorts of different detected icons. Guys, calm down. Daddy's making a video. You're all right. Uh, so I I don't tend to run any of that stuff. I think the vanilla stuff's just fine. Um, Besides, I tend to be a guy that anything new popping up on my screen, it is creates like an issue where I'm like, what the hell's that on my screen, kind of thing. One thing I do is I do increase the font size for the ship names. Here you can increase them. I find if I go too large, it takes up too much room on the mini map. But just a little extra large helps when, like here, you get some overlap in the names. You can still generally pick out enough of the name to, figure out what the ship is. So I like font size 12, but I mean this is 100% personal preference. You see here with the larger name, there's a little bit more bleed over into adjacent names. You kind of lose some letters, so I think 12 is a pretty good balance. Going over here, I actually think that this should be in the game. Basically, all ships in the tech tree. And the reason why I believe that should be in the game, even though you can't purchase these ships right now, um, you should be able to look at the armor models for these ships. And those ships not being in the vanilla client, I do feel puts people at a disadvantage when they face those ships, because they can't go to their port and they can't pull this ship up that was giving them fits and try to figure out, what went wrong. Why was my HE shattering? Why wasn't I able to hit citadels when he's broadside? Um, you know, this information should absolutely be in the vanilla client, and people can just be upset that, yes, the ship's in here, but you can't buy it right now because it's not on sale. Um, that's my personal preference. Wargaming just takes the stance, I guess, that they only put ships in the trees that are available for purchase, probably because they don't want the help desk request for how do I buy this ship. And I'm sure there would be a flood of people trying to say, well, why can't I buy a Missouri? It's in the tech tree. um, things like that. Uh, Session stats. This I know it's in Russian right here, but it's basically breaks down your stats for the session that you're playing. Breaks down your number of victories, um, the XP you've earned this session, your free XP, and your credits this session. Tells you your win rate. Really just gives you an idea of how you did for the day without trying to open up one of the stat sites to check things out. This is the option people are looking for. The quick demount signals. There's the button right there. You hit that and it knocks all the signals off the ship, and you can just quickly go back in and just remount signals. So this uh, this will end up in the vanilla client. I'm almost 100% guaranteed it will eventually. It's a relatively new mod as far as I know, but this really is a quality of life improvement. Rolling through here, adjustable div chat. What are you? No. Got different port options. Um, so some of the stuff from other events, older ports, things like that. If you like the certain things, you've got a lot of different options here. You've got some different lighting options for, for example, Hamburg, things like that. Um, I only throw a couple of them on there. Usually the some of the ocean ones and the Halloween ones tend to be my favorites. Just alternate ports. Going through here, nothing else. Flags, they've got all sorts of stuff here. You've got different loading screen options. Honestly, I can't be bothered to give a damn about it because I just let the stuff go right on by. But I mean, some of this stuff is quite large, with, like, for example, Azure lanes and you know all of these things. You look at some of the file sizes, you can get pretty significant. So I don't even know what all the stuff does. Don't really care. I just want the game to open up as quickly as possible so I can get into it. Um, Going over here, you've got, custom shells and tracers. There's all sorts of stuff here. I don't run any of this stuff. I prefer the vanilla client. Um, but I mean, there's all sorts of stuff that you can do here. Um, so that is an option if you're looking for that stuff. This used to be a really big thing back before uh, they actually changed the shell and tracer colors in the vanilla client, where HE and AP were the same color. Um, Running these mods was extremely helpful to help cruiser and battleship players um, make judgments about how much broadside they give. Wait, anti-ship missile? Really? Okay, whatever. They add new stuff all the time, but yep, I don't run any of that. Same thing with tracer contrails. Don't run any of it. um, Flames on ships. You know, Honestly, I want to know if my ship's on fire. I just don't want the big, huge UI effect around my screen where it's blocking my field of view. So that's actually a vanilla client setting where you go into settings, you can change it, and that'll free up some of your field of view and save you from some of the obnoxiousness. Um, Coming down here, remove unwanted text from the mini map. Again, just uncluttering my view. I don't need I don't need this sort of information up when I'm looking at the map, so I don't want it. So I'm just gonna check the box, get it out of my way. Info panel, honestly, I didn't even know I had that checked. Um, but again, it gives you the information about when you are locked onto a ship. For example, he's locked onto the Dursky. It tells you the ship's concealment, its speed, um, all of this information about it. 4 kilometer torpedoes, 10.3 kilometer gun range. Uh, you can gather a lot of information um, on an enemy ship just this way. This potentially could be useful in clan battles, where if you record your replay, um, you can get an idea of what the enemy DDs is running based on the replay. Where you located, okay, so they probably are running RPF, and you can get an idea of the build on their ship, so the next time you face them, you've got a better idea of the capabilities of that ship. Regen Assistant. This is basically I actually get the most mileage out of this with my Nustra Shimmy, because the heel is so deceptively large on it. What this does, it tells you the maximum amount of heal that you have available and how much of that you can heal in one shot. So this is very valuable for ships that have large repairs or battleships, basically any ship that has a repair party. This makes sure you're getting the most bang for your buck out of that repair. There are other things in here. Stopwatch. For some reason, if you wanted to run a timer on something, there you go. You can do it. I think that's pretty much a waste of time, so I don't bother with it. Apparently, you can move that stuff around. I honestly don't care. The next one that I really use, the score timer. This really should be in the game. So many games can be won or lost with this mod. And it basically tells you that if nothing else changes, are you going to win or lose the game in the amount of time that you're going to win or lose the game by. Absolutely should be in the game vanilla client. That's critical. This is a relatively newer mod, I think, since my last video. There were some questions about it. The shot timer. It is not telling me the reload on this ship, despite what its name is. If you read the description, it's about your gun bloom. The mod timer counts down from 20 seconds, and it basically is calculating the gun bloom on your guns. You shoot, you get detected for 20 seconds. This tells you how many seconds you're going to be spotted, because of that 20-second debuff when you use your guns. So I feel that this is actually very usable information for a destroyer or maybe a cruiser that uses smoke. It can help you make judgment calls. Do I want to use my smoke, or do I want to try to ride out these last few seconds and just drop off? So this is a pretty decent mod. It's probably gonna stay on my account as long as it's part of the mod pack. Hopefully it gets implemented into the vanilla client, because it is a quality of life upgrade. Another upgrade I do, just the improved chat. Big things here. Hey, hey, you're all right. You're all right, buddy. You like those ants? He's trying to get the ant. Hey, buddy, come on, knock it off. He's trying to get the ants on the TV. Anyway, I just like the clean look. I like that it's giving you the information of who's actually talking because it's unlikely that you actually know the player's name. You just know it's your midway, your Magi, your gearing, typing in the chat. Uh, Really, I wish that they would implement this in the game. It's very nice that if a ship says I have radar, you're trying to you gotta like look at the name, pull up the list of names in your ship on your team. You go through that. Oh, it's a Minotaur. He's a radar Minotaur. Okay, well here I can just look. Minotaur saying he's got radar. Okay, it can save you a lot of time communicating with your team, and it really streamlines some of your communication with the team. What is this? Apparently, I don't even know why any of this is selected. Whatever. Go away. We don't love you. But all of this stuff, that's all cosmetic stuff, mostly skins and different stuff like that for your ships. Check it out if you're interested in it. Um, let's see, map environment mods. Um, I just broke everything. Um, this I implemented back a couple patches ago, and I've been hesitant to remove it because they changed the lighting in the game, and there was some just ridiculous glare and stuff like that on some of the maps where it was literally impossible to like see targets and shoot at certain angles on a map. Uh, so I've been running this stuff ever since. Maybe they fixed it. I don't know. I'm not willing to risk loading into a game and not be able to shoot at ships, so I just keep it on my account. I think that that's something that Wargaming needs to address um, with their maps. That you should never have an advantage just because somebody's in a certain position. They're whited out by the sun or the glare on the sea or something like that. No, no. You need to chill, buddy. Anyway, since he's starting to get wound up, I'm going to start winding this thing down. Um, don't think I run anything else on here, but there's different stuff down here with external apps, the matchmaking monitors, stuff like that. That's just like the get salty tool. See how bad your teammates are compared to the enemy. I don't know why people would do that to themselves, um, but they do, and they're usually the guys you see them on stream having an aneurysm over their team before the game's even played. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well, I don't know how much enjoyment you'd have going through my mods, but this is a lot of information for you guys to tweak your game and help you set things up the best you can. Uh, I mean, once you get to this stage, let me make sure that I left everything selected because I'm going to go ahead and update it. Sorry, I guess I should have made sure that I was on this when I went through it the first time. Okay, nothing changed up there, so come on, stay with me. Hit next. I do recommend removing basically all of your mods. You want to try to keep everything up to date. Hit install. Just let it do its thing. And there we go. If you wish to donate to Aslain, there's different links and stuff there to help support the efforts that he's doing. And all you got to do from here is just press finish, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off right here. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.